Right, Alex, this is our blocking against Bloomington Jefferson this upcoming week. Uh, so far this year, they've shown a forefront, kind of a 4-3 or a 4-4 look. And they've shown really two fives and two twos. We have the luxury that we played them last year um, as well. Twice, and they gave us some different looks. The first time we played them, they were a 3-4 defense, and then they moved to a forefront. And then the second time we played them, they were strictly a forefront, and they had two twos and two fours. Sometimes they were maybe a five, like a tight five technique. Maybe sometimes they were a tight three, but really it doesn't change too much for us if they are a three or a two or a five and a four really doesn't change too much for us. But then these linebackers are loose off the ball. They some of the teams they've played, they've shown the same thing so far this season where these guys are loose off the ball, even if they have a tight end. Um, so this is kind of their base look of what they show. This is what we'll practice against. Maybe we'll sprinkle in some 3-4 in there as well, just to keep us thinking about that. But I'm just going to drop against this forefront look to make sure we're good with it. Thankfully, we saw that last week as well, so it should be fresh in our heads. But this team does have some different blitzes that we got to be aware of. So first play I'll talk about is trap. Um, we will kick out two or wider, so we would kick out one of these twos. This is a fantastic play if we can get this blocked up correctly, because this is a big gap in between these two guys. If we can hit it correctly, it's a really good play. Okay, so if we ran trap to the right, first backer inside, we'd kick the two. He's lava. Okay, rip up to FBI right there. Don't let this guy cross your face. Oh, sorry. I'm doing it for everyone. I'm just going to do the tackles right now to keep this video short. Okay. So if we ran trap to the right, you ripped a backer. Here, you would wheel and seal. Okay. With this two technique, I want the center blocking back. We can make cat calls this week. Um, if that guy's a two or a three, we can make cat calls here just to make sure we get this two technique taken care of. So you could help the center. You'd help the center just block the two, and then you'd go back for the five. So that would be a cat call here. Okay. And then we kick out that two. So that's trap. Let's talk about dart. So if we ran dart to the weak side to the left here. So if you're the left tackle, we're running dart left here. Okay. Your rule is play side on backside, so you block this guy base up, take him where he wants to go. Okay, same thing, take him where he wants to go. Backside tackle, you got to find the first hole. Now, if this guy slants inside, it might be outside the guard. If that guy slants outside, it could be inside the guard, but you want to find that first hole, and you are going for that this backer right here. Okay, that's who you're aiming for right there, because the center and the backside guard are going to double to this guy. Okay. But where this hole ends up being, it's really dependent on what these guys do. Okay. Um, they do show a blitz where they bring this linebacker up on the line of scrimmage. Okay. Like right here. And this guy scoots out to a five. Backside tackle, you need to have your eyes open or eyes looking at your back. Or if this guy steps up on the line of scrimmage, this really turns into a kick out, where you're going to turn and kick this guy out if he decides to blitz on the line of scrimmage, um, and that will be your guy to block. Okay. Um, this now the guard might think he has to go block him, but really if the guy you're going to, the linebacker's on the line of scrimmage, you're probably gonna kick the first person you see out, and we'll run inside that. Okay. Um, that's what we'll do against that. Dart isn't the best against blitzing backers. We can still do it. Just be alert if this guy is on the line of scrimmage, you're probably going to be kicking somebody out because they'll already be running upfield. Okay. So that's dart. If we run power right, your rule is gap on double. So you got a guy on you. We're going to double with the Y here. Okay. And we're going to work to the first backer inside. Um, I want us to double with the Y first because that's closer to the point of attack, and I'll have the guard block the two on his own one on one. If this guy's giving us trouble, we can change this to a instead of doing a TED, we can change this to a tag if this nose guard is giving us trouble. Um, but I would like to keep it with the tackle and the Y so we can get movement on the point of attack if we're running power to the right here. Okay. Backside tackle, obviously you are catting, wheeling, and sealing because you got that backside two, help the center with the two, and then block the five. Um, so let's say we're running counter to the left here. Okay. We're going to TED with the X or the Y, whoever's on that side. Okay. To the first backer inside. He's going to base him by himself. Okay. Cat the backside, help with the two, come back for the five. Okay. Um, let's talk about truck. So if we're going to run truck here, the Y is going to block down. We're going to pull around looking inside. Okay. H is going to kick out that linebacker. You're looking inside for this linebacker here. Okay. Because this is a tough, the guy that's, it's tough for the center to get there. So it's really going to be you looking inside for this guy. And if this guy scrapes hard, he's going to be there right away. So tackles, you got to look inside right away as you get around the Y here. Okay, we're looking inside, getting vertical. Okay, looking for this guy to scrape hard so you can go block him. Okay, then backside tackle, you are gap to cut off, trying to cut off that backside linebacker. Okay, that's truck. Say we're running toss the other way, toss this direction. Okay, we're all gap on. So tackle, you got a guy in your gap. You're going to reach this 4 or 5 technique. Okay, keep your hands inside. Don't get a holding call. Backside tackle, you are ripping to that second level, trying to block that backside linebacker if we run toss left. Okay, let's talk about sprint right. So sprint right, if we run sprint to the right, you are going to log that 4. Okay, here, backside tackle, you're going to step to your play side gap and start hinging back. Um, Ready to catch that end who is rushing. Okay. Um, so that's sprint right. It'd be the same thing, sprint left. Let's talk about pass protection. Okay. So we're all man on, man away here. 2, 4, the 5, whatever he might be. Okay. 2, 4, or 5, whatever he might be. Okay. And the center is going to make a Larry call to help with the left side here. Okay. Um, Now they do show this blitz here, like I said, where he's going to widen to a 5. This linebacker is going to walk up. Okay, we're not going to make any fan calls. Okay, we're not going to make any fan calls just to keep it simple. Okay, if you got a man on you and a man away tackle, make an off call because they have never shown that they have blitzed with these outside backers. Okay, now if they start doing that where they're bringing those outside backers a lot, then we might think about making a fan call um, on the side that the center is going to, so to the left side. Okay, we might think about making a fan call if they start bringing these outside backers. But just to keep it simple for you guys, we're just going to make off calls. So if we get this, we'll make an off call so the A back can go block this end. Okay, you'll step in, block the linebacker here, step here, um, and then we would kind of double this side here, and then we would still be here. Okay. Now, if this linebacker for whatever reason steps up here, okay, then the center's already going to block him. We block there, okay, block there like we normally do. Okay, sometimes they bring this backer off the edge. Okay, if that's the case, then once again we'll make an off call, block in, block in. Okay, we got this extra guy coming over. Okay. Um, so those are some of the things they do. They do like to twist where um, this guy will slant in and then this guy will come around the top. If that guy slants in, just have your eyes to the outside, getting ready for this guy to come around the outside so you can come off and block him. Okay, that's on either side. Um, they'll do this little stunt here where he goes around. Okay, and then he'll slant in. So you got to get hip to hip with the guard as that guy slants in, and then get ready to catch this nose guard coming around the other side. Okay. They could do the opposite where he loops in and then he comes out to you. If you see that guy step back and around, get hip to hip right away and get ready to accept this nose guard and throw him out and to the outside. Okay. So they do that. If we have time, we will work on that this week in individual time. Okay. Um, they have shown this before where they got both linebackers walked up and they got 2-3 techniques. Okay, they have shown that before. If that's the case, okay, we'll make a Larry call. So here we'll block there, we'll block there. Okay, he's a 5. Okay, so a 3 and a 5. Block this inside backer, block this inside guy. Okay. Um, and we would probably get we'll probably get some sort of double off call here. And the back's going to go to a side. Okay, but the center will most likely make a Larry, or Ricky call, and we'll just block our inside gap if they do this double A gap look. Yeah. I think that's all of the plays. Oh, we didn't talk about kick. Sorry. Kick's pretty much the same thing for us here. Let's talk about kick to the right. Okay, so we got a Ted to the backside backer for on a kick to the right. And then you're just gonna block this guy by yourself. This 4. You base him. Okay, keep him away from the play going to the right. Um, if we run screen, okay, you're just going to block this end and try to force him out if we run screen, right or left. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I think that's about it. Boot is counter for tackles. So I think that's pretty much everything.